Everybody, before you click away, I know this is not the video that you were expecting, but I highly urge you to watch this all the way through. My name is Vivian. I'm an aspiring creative, a part of Umo Inc. And these videos that I'm putting out are my creative conception ideas for music videos for different artists. So, again, I know, like I said, this is probably not the video that you're expecting, but I definitely urge you to sit here with me and watch this all the way through. So, this video that I have for you today is for Doechii, and it is for her song Slide off of her album Alligator Bites Never Heal. Before you watch my video, I highly urge you to go to her video and to listen to the song, and I'll place the link in the description just so you can kind of get a feel for the general aesthetic that I was going for and kind of where my ideas were coming from. So I'll put a link in the description. And then once you listen to the song, I again urge you to come back and watch my video all the way through. So again, my name is Vivian, a part of Umo Inc., and let's get started. So I will say outrightly before I actually fully dive in that this is a bit of a shorter video and a bit of a shorter presentation, simply because as I was thinking of the overall aesthetic and the kind of scenes that I was, kind of going over for this music video, I kept landing back onto one sort of imagery, and that was this like boxer slash wrestling imagery. So I'll be honest with you, there's no real foundation for this idea. I know that when you listen to the song, and again, like I said, pause my video, go listen to the song, and then come back. There's a line in this song where Doechii says, it's a knockout, it's a knockout. And I kind of feel like that's kind of where I was going, or where this like wrestling slash boxing imagery was coming from. But when I was really just thinking about it overall, I kind of thought that that overall imagery would play the best with the song and how everything would kind of just fit together. I hope that kind of makes sense. So again, as I was thinking about the scenes that would happen in this music video that would go along with this music video, I was imagining Doechii as either a ring girl or as a spectator in the audience. So in the other videos that I've put up for Doechii, and I highly urge you to go watch those as well, I mentioned before how Doechii has used imagery of multiples of herself or like doubles of herself. And I really thought that that was an interesting theme to keep going. So I again mentioned that in my other videos that I've put up for her songs Wait and Bloom. So I was really thinking about that, going along with this video as well. But when I was really thinking about it, I didn't really want to see Doechii as both a ring girl and a spectator in the audience. I was more so thinking about her as either or. I think personally, if I really had to come to a final decision, I think I would probably go with spectator in the audience, just because I kind of like the overall split imagery of having the boxers in the ring and then Doechii outside of the ring watching, kind of like the fighting happening, kind of as a lone spectator. And another thing that I want to add on before I continue is, as I was thinking about this, just because of the overall imagery that I was going over in my head, I imagined, kind of just like give you like a rundown of the visuals here. I imagined boxers, a boxing ring, and I imagined having these stands open where Doechii is like the only person there, or more so as Doechii and just maybe 2 to 4 to 6 members of her team, kind of like almost like a squad, if you will. So it's kind of like Doechii as, if you, again, if you listen to some of Doechii's songs, she literally says Doechii the Don, Doechii Supreme. And I was kind of imagining that was like the visual idea of Doechii in this music video. Doechii almost as like a don or as like a ruler. You kind of get like the general gist that I'm going for. And I'll even show you some more imagery to coincide with that. So I was thinking of having this boxing match going on, and it's Doechii as like the sole spectator, and then maybe 2 to 4 to maybe 6 people around her as like a part of her team. Now, that's kind of as Doechii as a spectator in the audience. But I was also thinking of Doechii as a ring girl, and I was thinking that if, for this music video, if it came to fruition, if Doechii were to operate as the ring girl in the music video, I think that's where more choreography would come in. So kind of like there's split scenes between the boxing match that's going on, and then Doechii as the ring girl doing choreography. Now, like I said before, because this is a bit of a shorter creative conception idea, I was thinking about how all of this would take place kind of in one room. And that's where kind of all these like dynamic camera movements would come in, basically catching the action and Doechii from all different camera angles in this one setting. And I was also thinking about the style of cinematography that would happen. So if you see this image that I have to the right here, I was kind of imagining almost like this old school VHS style of camera that could be used, just because I really like how that goes along with the like boxer or wrestling imagery. That's kind of like the overview for the general scenes that I was thinking of. So here, this is a mood board that I put together, and I will say this, that all of these images that I've used in this video are not my own. These are images that I've just sourced from, Google Images or online. So I've not been able to track down all the original creators of these images, but these are not my original images. So, kind of what I mentioned before, Doechii as if she was a spectator, then it would kind of be like Doechii as like this dawn figure, or like Doechii as like this leader, or almost like this domineering, prominent figure. So I really imagined her in a suit, or some kind of style of suit. So that's kind of why you see the imagery that I have used in this mood board. When I was also thinking of the boxers, I really like the idea of girl boxers or women boxers, just because I'm more preferential to women, and I also think it just goes along with Doechii's overall aesthetic. I don't think there would be any problem with there being male boxers, but I just kind of like the idea of there being women boxers instead of men. So again, this is kind of just like the mood board that I've put together. And like I said before, this is a bit of a shorter video. I think this is probably like the shortest one I've ever done or will do, just because I really had this one kind of like one permanent imagery and one kind of permanent aesthetic that I really thought should go along with the overall like vibes and aesthetic of this song. So that's kind of like where my head was at when I was really listening to the song over and over again and thinking about the creative conception for this music video. So that's kind of it. Like I said, this is a bit of a shorter video, probably my shortest one that I'll ever do. But if you sat here and listened to this all the way through, I really want to say thank you because, like I said before, I'm an aspiring creative. I'm really just looking for an opportunity to get my ideas off the ground, hopefully, to be able to work with artists that I really admire and whose songs that I really enjoy, and hopefully, to really like get my foot in the door and be able to do all kinds of different creative ideas. So if you want to leave a like or a comment, that's definitely appreciated, especially if you want to subscribe. If you even want to leave some advice, I also definitely appreciate that. Like I said, I know this is probably not the video that you were expecting, but I still appreciate you for watching and listening all the way through. So again, my name is Vivian, a part of Umo Inc., and thank you for watching.